not expected to scan anybody's network. You are expected to take permission before scanning anybody's network. This tutorial is actually for educational purpose. So if in case you don't have any network to scan, you can actually scan against your Windows operating system. The first thing you need to do is to get the IP address of your Windows or of your targeted network or system. So if you don't know how to get the IP address of your window, I will show you. Just go to your window. Let me minimize this. Go to your window, type cmd, you enter, it will open, you type ip config. Now when you type ip config, you can see different IP address. You can see this IP address now, which is the local IP version 6. This is not the one you are meant to use. You are meant to use IP version 4, which is this. So you can run scan against this IP address in case you don't have any targeted system that you want to run against. But if you have any targeted system you want to run against, you can go to Kali and run this command. Let's assume, let me enter sudo su, yeah, then my password. Then you can run again, you can say ping. Then I'm running against jam.government.org. Then you run the ping against the domain or against the domain, yes, so that you can get the IP address. If I run the ping against this, I'm trying to list it, and it listens to me. I'm going to give me the IP address. Now let me do that. Good. I'm able to have to see the IP address of this particular website, right? By running ping. So I can run a scan to get port number information vulnerability on this particular IP address. But mind you, I'm not going to use this IP address because I don't have permission to do this, right? So I have to run against different IP address. So follow me. Now the first we are going to do is to run against a single port number, sorry, a single IP address. You have to do that to say EMA, then the IP address which I'm going to use as 159.60.113.8. Then I enter. Most time we just have to be patient because it's a remote IP address. Is trying to pull out the IP address good, the port number. So now we can see that we have mmap scan report, the IP address, host up, latency not shown, 972 filtered, TCP port, no response. No, this states that we have a port number, we have a state, we have what service running. Now these are the port number we are talking about. Now we have TCP port 80, which the service is what? HTTP, the state is what? Open. Now these port number are actually listening to incoming connection. So they are open for incoming connection. So as a cybersecurity or ethical hacker, we believe that this particular port number can be run exploits. Now, this is how to scan for a single IP address. Now, the next tip we are going to run against is to what is to scan a host. A host. Now, what is a host? A host is just like what I just did, like a domain name, which is the URL of a website, the address of a website. That is a host. Let me use Google and now let's say Emma. Then instead of IP address, I will type www.google.com. Right? Then this is the host that I'm trying to run against. Then let me what enter. I'm waiting. That's how it is. It all depends your internet connection. Now we can see we run for a host. We're able to have um, IP address, DNS record. We have we have the IP. Then we have port open, state, service open, and we have what submission. Now this is HTTP port 80 for web server. This is also HTTPS for web server, but we believe that this is secure because of the SSL. So we believe that this is secure, and this is a service that has to do with what email submission, right? So the port number, these are the port number, these are the state, these are the what the service running on the host. Now the next thing we are going to check out for is to scan for a single IP, a single port number. To scan for a single port number, that is to learn mmap, right? Then IFP. Then let's say I want to run against port 80. Then the IP address, I can easily what I run PIFP port 80, the IP address, then I entered. Then I entered, it give me just the port number, port 80 TCP fitted, right? Then the HTTPS. Now, this is the service that's running, and the state is what is fitted. I don't really need to explain what fitted is all about. I have explained that already. So, in on your own, you can try to find out what fitted is all about. At the same time, you can also run a different port number. Because of time, I don't want to be going all that. You can run a multiple port number by using, maybe, for instance, I put this MRP port 80. I can put comma and put 442 or any other port and run them together. It will also work for us. Now, the next we are going to find out is to detect OS and OS service. OS service, that means when we talk about OS, we are actually talking about the operating system. We want to find out the operating system running on a particular server. Then how do we achieve that? The operating, we say mmap, right? Then I use mmap. Then I use what I call A-O, right? Hyphen O, capital O, right? Then the IP address. Then I enter. What he said Emma, no specific target is what? Okay, let me go again. IP address, then let me use, I think this is a small capital letter. Okay, now I'm using capital letter because this give me error because I used a small O, so that's why. So now I'm using capital. Let's see the information we find there. So it's scanning for what? For a single, for operating system running on the network. Good. It's able to give us a lot of wow, a lot of information about same now. Look, I still give us give us a lot of open port on this server. We can really do exploit. Now we're able to have the operating system. It shows us Oracle Visual Bus. Now Oracle Visual Bus enable us to store different operating system in a single operating your operating system in a single system, right? It enable you to install something like Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, different operating system on a single system. So now for this to show us um, Oracle Visual Bus, that means there is operating system actually that installed in this Visual Bus. So we are going to run what we call aggressive OS detection perf. We're going to run aggressive. You can see this aggressive OS guess. So we try to run aggressive OS guess to be specific about the operating system be installed on this particular server. So next we're going to do is to detect the service running on the what on the operating system, is to find out the service running on the operating system. How do we do that? Is by mmap I think capital A, then the IP number again, then we enter. Now, someone like, why are we doing this? No, when you just join cybersecurity, you are so curious about hacking to get information, to get, where I say, to get to bypass or to run SQL injection. To do that, you cannot actually achieve those things without passing this process. This command can see in mmap, right? Can see a lot of information we are able to get. We're able to get the version, now the state, the service. Now, this version is very important. This version is actually what hackers are mostly looking out for. So when they get this version, they can actually go further and search for the version number and begin to run exploits against this service, because now this is a server running on the server. You can see HTTP is a DSS status request TCP. This is server. This is the version running on what on the server. Now you can see test, a plain text. This is an HTML heading, right? This is information that every attacker is actually looking for. I'm so sorry. Now, these are different. You can see here HTTP 400 is a bad request. So this is also the server. Now, date of scam Friday, May. This is what this is where I'm doing this. Now you can see a lot of information that can use by what has can see open port, different open port. I want to say to you like I cannot be explaining all these port number, and for you to, as a cybersecurity or ethical hacker, and whenever you want to run exploit, you are meant to understand maybe all these service actually running the TCP. We also have what's called UDP. I'm going to scan for UDP. Know what the meaning of this service running. You can go further, and when you get, because it's not what I'm saying here now, you might likely see on your what on your network that you are scanning, the information might be different. Now any information you have seen, you are meant to do what, to go further and find out what the condition about. Like I see SMTP, SMTP command. Before then, let's look at HTTP server header, which is run on this word, on this version. So you can see we are getting a deadly, a very good information to run and exploit against this IP address. Like I see SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol command could not establish connection on port, or you even try to connect to this port number but you could not able to establish connection. So you can see different port number be open. You can see even a script service or running despite running data. If you know the service, please submit the following. You can see a script. Now this is a port, a port 80. This is TCP. This is version 7 of what running. So now you can see a lot of information that a hacker can use to also bypass this particular website or this particular word network. Now you can see also he showed us a virtual boss which is Oracle. We are unable to get the real IP address, the real OS of this word, of this website. So you can see a trace route using port 80 TCP address. This is under IP address. So you can see information that we have got. Say Emma done one IP address, one host of scan the minute he is able to scan it. So you can see a lot of information. Now I run this is a command which talks about Emma running more of what is service. Now let's go to the second one and see which let's whether it has opened. Okay, it's still what it still tries to run up. Now the next we are going to do is to let's run for aggressive scanning. Let's run for aggressive word scanning to see whether we can get more information to run exploit against this particular IP address. Let me clean. Sorry, okay. Let me clean. So now let me run another scan. Let's say Emma. This is aggressive service detection. Aggressive service detection. Aggressive service detection. This is where we're about to run now. Let's say hyphen SV hyphen version. I'm using capital letters, sorry. IP version, then IP intensity, then let's use 5. Don't space much. 5, then IP address. Let me paste the IP word, IP address. Now let's run. Please, like I said, this is for educational purpose. You are not meant to scan anybody's network. It's against ethics of ethical cybersecurity. So please just try to control yourself, right, until you are being permitted to do so. So I'm trying to wait. Then let's check the other one whether it has opened. Um, still running, still running. I don't know. I don't even enter. Oh, sorry, I don't even start it. I just typed it and leave it. This particular command line. I didn't start it. I just type it and leave it like that. Please try to run it, right? Oh, good. I'm able to get another information using MM service version intensive. I'm able to see the state again. Say no version is giving me this time around. So service, okay, I'm getting more information. Okay, so It's just okay, the same version, TCP version, DPS, right? Nice one. So almost the same information. So we're able to see the script. So let's see the other one. Okay, it's still starting. Now the next one we're going to do is also to run aggressive scan against let's run another aggressive scan. Okay, let's say a month that this is light banner aggressive detection, light banner grabbing detection, a month. Okay, let me still clean this first. A month hyphen SV. Then let me just remove this. Let me uh, let me make this to be 3. Then IP address. Let me put different IP address 50.16.218.0.27. This is a different IP address. Just have to wait. It will pull out the information. What do we get? So when no target we specify. Why? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me just see. What is the problem? Intensive 350. Okay. Let me change this IP address. I'm not sure. I don't trust this IP address. Let me use one that I know. So let's run against it. Let's run against different IP address. We just have to be patient and send the information we have here. It has opened. You can see the mmap SV version intensive 3. It's no version 2. Almost the same information. Almost the same information. Let's clear this. Let's clear this. Let's clear this. Now let's run what's called heartbreak. Heartbreak gives us a script, and heartbreak is tipped when it comes to um, penetration testing. So let's run maybe one command on heartbreak so that you see the information you are going to get. Now let me run this. The information, let me just paste it. I run mmap sv, then p. I'm running scripts again this port number. And remember, this particular port number is secure. This is HTTPS. So I'm trying to get information about it, right? I'm trying to get information about this port number, which is 443, the script SSL heartbreed.nsce, then the port number. Then don't let me, okay, sure, I'm coming, okay. This a deep scanning, right? Let's enter. So like I said, svp, the port number. This stands for port number. Script, I'm SSL heartbreed.nsa. Let me run it now. Good, very fast. Now you can see. Let's start from up. Wow, these formations are actually dangerous. Now you have target specification. Now it enables, they even give, now look at what we'll be looking for. This is Microsoft, right? That means this particular IP address that be showing us Visual Bus or some Oracle Visual Bus is Microsoft or Microsoft window that's actually running on the network. Now it go further and show us different how we can go further and use command in mmap like this. Now I can, well, I will do a different video about this different command, how to gather like different IP address, save it in a file, then I run mmap against a host or network. Now this is another one. Now this is host discovering, how to discover a host, listing targets to scan, and this is target all hosts online. Can see information all and techniques. SST, these are different. SU to scan for what? This is to scan for UDP scan. So we are having a lot of information here that we can actually use against a targeted system if we want to. So this is service and version detection. So this is where the command can use for service version detection. They want to script this. The command you can use to find a script used in a particular application or a particular server or network. So we have a lot information here that we can actually use to exploit a targeted what system. So I want us to like, in our next series of class, we're going to start exploiting different port number. I promise you, we're going to be trying to do maybe bypass, doing what is it called, SQL injection, because depend the port number, the information you get about a port number determine the exploits you can run against such such ports. So now, okay, let me use one of these commands to say what we will get from here. Maybe I have one of these commands jot down. Let's use mmap-vv slash port number, and let's use one of these commands and see the result we will have. Right? Then I enter. Whew, wow, this is so, please. You can see what we are getting here now. You can see discovering ports. This one is be like telling you discovering port for you. It's still running. I'm just trying to go up. Initiate synchronized strengths. This synchronization, this has to do with acknowledgement and all that. You can see scanning for what? 1,000 ports. And you begin to discover all the whole port numbers. Wow, this is service running. Can see if you can the acknowledge, seeing inform it has been acknowledged. The reason is what? Is to acknowledge your what? Your command, right? So we're going to be doing maybe more of this. See raw pack sent 22961 kilobyte received 44. So they have this particular IP address have able to receive all our word listening, all the whole port have able to listen to us, right? So we can see the information we're about to get that we can use to run exploit against this targeted system. So now the next thing is like, I don't want to go further about this command so that we'll have to when we maybe we will have a series of class about this mmap, maybe how to exploit web application, how to exploit a specific port. That's what I'm going to show you now. Now the next thing is how do you able to save your output. Now is to run mmap then sorry, Emma hyphen os, then capital N, then you give it, let me call it hard tech, hard tech, hard tech. Let me give the name hard tech. That this is the file name now. I'm giving it hard tech 10, right? .txt. So if I run this command now, if I run this command, all the whole information will save on this file this command have run. Now, if you can see hard.tech.php, so all this information now, they have actually stored on that my what? On that my on that file. If you want to see the file on your system, just type les, what we call it, hack, pivoted hack 10. Let's look for it. Okay, look at it here. Look at it here, pivoted hack 10. You can see it here. So you can use Nanote to actually open it and see the information that are inside. If you don't know how to open it, you can watch my previous video how to use Nanote to open your file. So I'm going to stop here on this tutorial. I believe that you have enjoyed the tutorial, and I want to beg of you to subscribe to our channel. And if there is any comment, what you don't understand, you can make a comment, or if possible for us to explain further. And or if you need the aspect you don't understand, or there is something you try to do and it's not working for you, please don't hesitate to make a comment. Will respond to you. So thank you. Just with the next space of a week, we're going to drop another video on more of on the penetration testing, also maybe on UDP, and we're going to start working on what is called exploit. Thank you. See you in the next series of our class.